You change this up. There we go. Evening. Well, that was a sudden turn of events. Welcome to Eagle-Eyed Football. And yeah, rightfully so, the game has been postponed. C19 is moving mad. And as you can see, there's loads of Premier League games that have been hit.
The no Crimbo variants doing a madness.
You know what I mean? And,
moronic variant, more like.
It's crazy. And we kind of expected this game to be off because I believe Watford's last game, one of their last games, got called off as well due to
their game yesterday, bro, got called off. They was meant to play Burnley yesterday.
This is it. So listen, we can't take any chances, anyone, you know what I mean? Big up to the Palace staff who took like protocols really seriously down at Sellers Park yesterday. There was one fan, unfortunately, he didn't have the COVID pass. He just did the lap flow and they were just like, sorry, mate. Literally, like, and obviously it's gutting for that fan, but at the same time, life is you gotta take life seriously, man. But anyway, enough of this C19 talk. George, how you doing, mate?
I'm feeling better. I'm not at work, but you know, football not being there is obviously not a good thing for people's mental well-being because some people look towards football as their one outlet a week, and going back to lockdown, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm saying lockdown yet, but I'm saying that no football this week. It feels like another international break, and we all know how depressed we all get in international breaks.
Oh, for real, that's a good point. Hey, Nate.
We're lucky we weren't doing this straight after the match last night, bro, because I think you would have heard me swearing like a sailor.
Go for it. You can kick us off. Let's react to it.
So if you'd have said to me that we take 4 points from these two games, I think I would have snapped your hand off, to be fair, coming off the back of 3 successive defeats. So I wasn't looking at it and going, oh, that's a crap point at home, but I was thinking, we started the game so well. It felt to me like, okay, we've got that first goal in the second minute. We need to get the second goal within the first 20 minutes, because if we don't, they're going to get their tails up. And lo and behold, Odsonne-Edouard misses that great chance that I think he didn't set his feet right. And people are thinking, oh, but he's a striker. He should have said, listen, in the moment, if you're playing up front, it's a lot harder to set your feet right from a ball coming in. Because all it takes is one shift of your momentum either way. And whatever way you had your feet set, it's over. Because a defender can cut across you, goalkeeper can spin your clock out the way and take the ball off you. So, as much as he should have scored it, and he should have, I'm not going to hate on him because at the end of the day, Super JA9 saved the day. And look, I've been one of his biggest critics, so I'm not even going to remotely pretend that I haven't been giving him shit. But this is what I keep saying. When he plays well, I want his end product to show through. Because then I can't bitch at him. I can't be going, oh, IU was crap. No, he came up with the goods. Granted, he couldn't really miss, to be fair, but I was shocked.
It's Jordan Ayew, he could.
No. I wasn't shocked he scored because he's worked so hard the last couple of games. His goal was coming. What shocked me more was that they had the bald, fossilized version of Julian Speroni in goal for them last night. I said, Caballero?
Yes, man.
Bruv! Like, he was okay at Man City. A little bit suspect. At Chelsea, they just kind of needed him to be their backup Carling Cup goalkeeper, so they didn't really care. But is that how deep their injury crisis at goalkeeper is? That's a madness, bro. But 1 second. Sorry, somebody was calling me there for a second. For me, it was one of those things where, okay, the way the game played out, I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points. But after going 2-1 down from a very questionable free kick, but to defend it, if it goes our way up the other end of the pitch, we're all calling for a free kick. So I can kind of see the argument that it was given as to why it wasn't a dive. But for me, that don't look like a foul. And if there is contact, it ain't enough to bring him down to the floor like he fell. So
Yeah, there was nothing there.
yeah, do you know what I mean? Like it's minimal. Like you'd probably cut your knee worse than the way he fell. So I'm not really trying to hit, but the second goal, the goalkeeping and defending, particularly the defending for that second goal, was criminal, bro.
I mean, obviously.
Oh, before I finish, James Ward-Prowse is an absolute rat-faced scumbag. Let's just get that in there because I can't stand that prick.
So it had to be him in it. And you know, when
of course,
he put that ball down for that free kick, I was like, "This is a goal."
I knew it was 1-1, bruv. I wasn't even remotely pissed. I was just like, "This is what happens when you boo him the whole game. We're just giving him the more reason to G himself up."
Yeah, 100%. Mad, George. Before we come to you, let me just hit some of these comments. So big up Jay. Now, obviously, Jay had put up this specific message probably before. I know it's the next one, but he did mention about hope the game goes ahead and stuff. But it was a tough game yesterday. Again, that we should be winning, absolutely. So we played it good until we scored. And then probably thought we already had it. We did good with the subs. Tried to go for it, but I'll take a draw. That pretty much sums it up, actually. Really, that's literally the match review in a nutshell.
You know, when Vieira's saying that a draw was a fair result, we can't really be sat here going, "Oh, that's bullshit. That should have been a win." Da, 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 da. If we'd have gone for it after the 20th minute, I'd have said, "Yeah, we should have battered them." But if anything, they battered us because it was like, "Oh, here we go." But one thing I'd like to point out is Mark Guay deservedly gets a yellow card for pulling back a player. Fair enough, no issue with that. Kyle Walker-Peters does the same thing. 90 seconds later, nothing doing. And I've got Southampton fans talking about same old Palace always cheating. They must be drinking some mad shit down there in Hampshire, bro. Or they're smoking hella Budgie Banton because that's nowhere near. That was easily a yellow card. They're both yellow cards.
No,
Livermento. I'm actually sickened that he's from Croydon. It's like to think the players we could have had from our own local area if our academy was there long back in the day. But to be fair to Livermento, he's an absolute baller. I can't even lie. Like he's a bad boy player. And Broha is actually going to be a good player when he gets out of that diving bullshit like we're trying to follow Jack Grealish.
Yeah, for real. George?
So I'm getting all my information from my dad because obviously I weren't there. And when I watched the highlights, it was only 1:30, so I could tell that it was just goals, and it was a dead game from the Palace perspective. But I was told that both goals were unsavable from Butland, so no one can step to him. You could always see that the second goal was always going away from him, and there was just no way of getting it. He said that after the first 10 minutes, we just sat back and we thought we'd won it already. He said the mannerism in which we played until the second half started.
Somebody's moving mad. Bomber Clark, no way. Aye. People put some corner emojis in the chat because 100%. It's already happened. He's not even on, bro. If he was on, I'd understand that.
Wait, what the F?
That's one of the Mandem. We just know it's one of the Mandem.
It's definitely one of the Mandem. 100%. Oh man, George Ward-Prowse free kick. It's like it is, to be fair, it really is.
Listen, he ain't no Beckham. Let's not give him too much credit for Christ's sake. You understand? Like there's levels to English free kick takers, and he will never touch David Beckham. 100%. That's just a fact.
Big up to Rich Sports.
Yes,
sorry, I've kind of cut you. George. Sorry. Said might add the word postponed to my phone. Yeah, literally. Like, it's funny because obviously I speak to George and Nate like through WhatsApp beforehand, and I sent the link to obviously the stream, and George is like, "What for a postponed game?" I was like, "Wait, what?" And I went and checked. It was like it was postponed. I had to change the thumbnail.
Yeah. No, listen, they've done the right thing. I know people are
100%.
upset. People are going to be, there we go. Good man, Nicky. No, but look, they've done the right thing because, look, we all value people's health more than a game of football. A game of football can be played at a later date, but
Yeah.
people are, because this dirty virus is still out there, we don't want people to be losing lives just because of a game of football. It's not necessary.
Yeah, 100%. Anyone want to take this comment?
That's what they want, you know. They don't want either game to have fans because they know for a fact that when we play them lot up in Bermondsey, that's going to be absolute carnage. Because bear in mind, it's 9 years we haven't played them.
Yeah, it's been a
Do you
while.
know what I'm saying? So,
they
so
100% won't want that game to go on. 100%.
you know what I'm saying? It's near enough. It's like 8 years as of January that we haven't played them. So for the Metropolitan Police, they're thinking, why the fuck did they pull those two out the bastard hat? Then, a couple of days later, we've got to go see our friends on the South Coast and make sure we don't bring our knives and knuckle dusters again. But those Brighton brawlers are coming out for us, boys. We've got to watch ourselves. Everyone at Clapham Junction, East Croydon, all of the train stations down there, watch out for the Brighton brawlers. Them boys are serious. They're moving like the rogues in the Warriors. Warriors, come out
shiver
to
me timbers.
play. Sorry.
Shiver me timbers.
I'm so scared.
Right, I just thought, sorry, Jordan, I'm going to come back to you. I've probably cut you off today. Sorry, I'll shut up in a minute. So what I'm going to do, listen, guys, I'm going to drop the link for the Palace fans to react to this game. But then once we're done with the reaction, we're then going straight into Talkin Ish, episode 2. We thought we might as well come together and do this. Obviously, that's Jordan Nate's baby. And the topics at hand are, if memory serves me right, we're going to talk about lockdown form,
Nations League,
the Nations League, Aguero's health and health in general. I think Lindelof as well had a bit of an issue.
Yeah, Lindelof.
And then we're going to do like a lifetime 11 as well. So at that point, anyone could jump in and stuff. So I'm going to drop the link.
I've just seen something on Twitter. I don't know how true it is. It's probably not true, but people on here are saying that apparently what the Watford players had a Christmas party, and that's why them man got COVID, and then them man played someone, and then spread it to them.
It's kind of had a knock-on effect.
No, them man got COVID because them man live in Watford, bruv. That is the cesspool of Hertfordshire. That's why them man got COVID.
You see,
Hamza, you're gonna have to go be detective, boy.
It's like 80,000. I've just like 80,000 people today got it, and that's just today.
Yeah,
that's
but
crazy.
You know, what they're telling us is not what's really going on. I don't believe any figures that come out.
Someone to demand them. Nate's headphones looking like a Palace match. There is only one half. And that's cheeky still. That's cheeky.
I like that one. That's a good comment.
They're definitely a pain, 100%. Can I just say I'm sorry for predicting 5-0. I will never predict anything like that again.
That was beyond funny. To be fair, he backed it all the way, so you've got to love that.
No, 100%. You've got to say it with your chest. 100%. Say it with your chest.
You know what I'm saying?
George, sorry, you were saying about the game.
Yeah. So if you rewind 15 minutes back to when I was speaking, we'll go back to the point of, from what I saw from because I watched
30-second highlight.
So I got the 1 minute 30-second highlight, which was decent. I saw Edouard miss that chance. It's a bad miss, but there's positives to gain from it in the sense of he was in the right position in the right time, and you also need to remember he's the same age as Eze. So
yeah, they're both young. That's why I'm not going mad at him. Like if it was a seasoned striker of 28, 29, sorry to cut in, JC, but if it's an older striker that you know, they should know how to bag that. You'd go mad. But
yeah,
these are younger players where we have to go, whoa, relax.
Yeah, if it was Benteke on the end of that, we would be cussing him. But yeah, from us because I watched the game until the free kick and I saw it go in. And I was like, nah, and then I popped out. But from what I saw, we played well. Hughes looked like he was running shit in midfield as he was against Everton. But from how you man are sounding, mate, it sounds like it was a good thing I went to go see Spider-Man.
Yeah. Big up Palace Smurf.
Yo, the Smurf is in the building.
What are you saying, guys?
You've been
Yeah,
running
yeah.
from Gargamel,
Oh,
innit?
that's not going away any. That's not going away anytime soon, is it? This Palace
Nah.
shit.
Especially them
Nah, I
Leeds
thought-
fans
I don't
clipped you,
mind.
bro. That was peak. I can't
Oh.
believe them Leeds fans.
Oh, that
clipped
was
you.
beautiful.
That
That was. Oh, I was.
was joke.
Oh, that was jokes. Fair play. They got
Yeah.
banter, and not a lot else.
That's true. What'd you make of it, Nick?
Well, I watched. I caught a stream at work and saw the first goal go in, and mate, I was jumping for joy to see Wilf on the score sheet again. And then, like you said earlier in the stream, Nate, if we don't get a second goal in the next 20 minutes, something's gonna happen. Lo and behold, you get James Ward-Prowse, who I'm gonna disagree with your point about James Ward-Prowse and David Beckham comparison on free kicks, because I think Ward-Prowse is just now 6 free kick goals away from equaling David Beckham's record. So I think, honestly, if it comes to free kicks, if you put James Ward-Prowse on that, he's going to score. So I'm there like, yep, that's a goal. And it's a cracking goal. Butland couldn't do a lot with it. You know, he got a hand to it. Hey, at least he tried. Most goalkeepers would just watch that go in. But no, he tried. The second goal, Brogier's goal, pissed me off. It did piss me off because I'm there like, great. We've got 2 long-range goals, which kind of cancels out our goal of the season from the last game. So that's going to be,
my God,
we're going to be
vibes.
seeing that a lot now. Oh my God. Harry Bow dealer. Oh my God.
Bruv.
Oh no. Oh no. IU, I've kind of rated him these last few games for the second goal. Just because he has been able to up his work rate under Vieira, and he came out and said that Vieira wanted him to improve a bit more. And he did. So yeah, that's I'd take a draw. I'll take a draw at the end of the day.
Cool. Looks like we got a new caller in. Adam,
Hello.
how you doing, mate? You're on mute.
Sorry, my mic is shit.
No
Oh, you know
problem.
who that is.
Have your say.
No, I can't do it. I was trying to do it.
I thought it was. I thought it was him.
Man got kicked out the stream.
He thought we wouldn't know who it is.
Right. Such a dead accent.
Well done,
bro.
Rich. Well done.
So poor.
Well done, guys.
Man, I could. Did he change to? Did he do a Matty Cash and become Polish? What wrong with that, bro? Fam. Nah, less of that. Get out of here, bro.
No.
Anyway, Hamza, stay there. You can come into the second half of the show. All right.
If you behave yourself.
If you behave yourself, because you've already got Spurs community out here trolling you.
Yeah, we can see. We can. You know, we can see what you're doing
We can
in the
actually
back
see what
room
you're
as well.
doing. Like,
So-
just behave. Such a kid, isn't he? I was superb, to be fair.
Sorry.
Oh no. Fucking hell.
Alright, vibes, bro. Vibes is moving mad today, bro.
Vibes chose violence tonight.
He just wanted to make the list of Hamza, bro. Never mind the list of Jericho. He wanted to get on the list of Hamza.
Oh man.
Man, Jordan Ayew's been brilliant lately, and he's just fully deserved this goal.
It was so fitting. It was him that got that goal as well.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Don't do this to me! Don't do this!
Do what? You see your name now, yeah?
No, I don't see it. By the way, if don't get me out, please. Don't get me out. Where's community? Live on it.
Yes,
Live on it. Live on
yes,
it.
Ayew.
Oh, that's brilliant.
What are you saying? He's been
About what?
nipping.
Spurs community? Swivel on it again.
Oh, okay, no, listen, he's got to go. No, come on.
No. Hold
We're
on.
trying to have
Hold
an actual
up,
conversation here. Man's just chatting
Hold
about
on,
Spurs
hold
community out here. This ain't Tottenham, bro.
Okay.
No, he's
Get out of here,
Mr. Work Rate.
innit?
Crystal
Na, na,
Palace
na,
versus
na.
Southampton. No, don't do this. No. Mr. Work, what? How do you change this?
All right, Rich, allow it.
It wasn't even.
No, Mr. Work Rate is good. No, Mr. Work Rate.
It wasn't me this.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh my
Wait,
days.
Michael,
that's
Hamza,
good.
just take the L. Just take the L and leave.
Hey, what you want to say about Palace real quick? Let us finish off, and then we'll bring you back in when we talk ish.
Okay, so I'll give credit to Ayew. He played really well, like for a while. Zaha deserved the goal. Zaha, I think, deserved it. Zaha. Also, I just want to say about Ward-Prowse. I always consider Ward-Prowse as one of the best free kick takers, like without shadow of a doubt. So, anybody comparing him to Beckham, of course, like I would say Beckham is better because like there's some bias to it, but like Ward-Prowse is just really like he's one of the best basically at free kicks. So, and he's a really good like taking away from his free kick, he's a really box to box player. So yeah, arguably better than McTominay. Yeah. Am I gonna get kicked out?
Um,
Oh, good.
no, your opinion's valid, Hamza.
Yeah, it's
There's
valid,
nothing wrong with
yeah.
your opinion. Just
No.
the McTominay reference isn't
God.
really
Oh,
necessary.
oh no. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Stevie
Oh,
G.
no.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you lot.
Nah, who put Stevie G?
Jordan, stop
I didn't
it.
do it that time.
What are you saying, man? Keep slipping.
This is. Oh my god.
I'm
Hamza,
got a case. What is this?
Shout out
Hamza,
your
what's-
United legend.
You've got a case of 19, you asshole.
Oh dear, this is.
Hamza, for your own
Never
mental
a dull
health,
moment with you guys.
jump
I
out
just
the
want to say
stream
this.
for a bit, mate. You need to jump out the stream for a bit for your own mental
Rich,
health, mate.
You've done me way
Yeah.
too much, bro.
I haven't done anything. It's the community.
Way too
Whoa.
much.
Accusation is real.
There is
Right,
disrespect
You pinned it on me. I actually haven't done anything.
on my name.
You need to put respect on your internet and stop making accusations. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you know when you put a Misty, you need to put your second name, not
What's
your first
wrong
name.
with you? Keep giving my name. Oh,
I don't know
bro.
what you're talking about.
Tomorrow in my show. Like,
Oh, you're back!
I have control tomorrow.
You're back. Oh, we can't wait. Can you
Tomorrow
finally
in
get
my
through your
show, I'm
list?
gonna have full
Can you
control.
finally get through your list because it's been growing for like 2 years?
Yeah, I haven't heard my slander
Bro,
yet.
Yes.
Um,
Hold up. I think
Right, let's finish off this.
Warning,
match.
warning. Nipper 19 outbreak. I repeat, Nipper 19 outbreak.
Yeah, his internet's moving mad. We'll bring you back in about 10 minutes. Let's finish this match reaction. I don't even know where to go from here now. It was
Let's
a
talk-
decent point considering we played poor.
Let's talk about our substitutions because that was a very interesting decision from Vieira to bring off Piatti for Benteke.
So bold.
Because when I saw that, I went, okay, I appreciate that he's trying to go and win the game. I can see that. But I was thinking, so that effectively means Gallagher and Will Hughes have reverted to a 4-2.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for because it worked because they played 4-4-2. So it pretty much matched what they had. Despite the fact that when we were playing the 4-3-3, numerically speaking, we had the advantage in midfield. But once they switched into gear, our midfield got overrun for the majority of the game.
Yeah, we were really struggling to control anything in the midfield. But I do like the fact that he went bold. He took off a defensive midfielder and put a attacking player in. And within like 2 minutes, we scored.
Because if that's Roy, he's bringing off anybody, but he's bringing anybody on. Sorry, but a striker.
Yeah,
he's playing Schluff at left. He played Schluff at left back. He played Natty Klein on the wing. He'd do anything other than put on an attacking player.
Nicky, what did you make of the substitutions?
I did wonder why Eze wasn't quite involved, because I feel like his first game against Southampton, where he absolutely just said hello and goodbye to Kyle Walker-Peters in the space of like about 5.3 seconds, I think he would have been a good substitution. But I stand by Vieira's decisions. I think they were very good subs. They've come a little bit. They're still a little bit shaky with the timing. But all in all, I think, good selection with the team, good selection with the subs. More of the same. More of the same.
What about you, George?
I thought with the subs were I was told it felt a bit like there was no bridge between midfield and attack. So it felt more of Gallagher and Hughes were sitting a bit too far back. Like, I get the goal came after all that happened, but it felt like the midfield wasn't consistent enough, and I've said it for a while, I think Gallagher's wasted if you play him any deeper than 10, really. And you saw that. We scored a goal because of the amount of overload we had in the opposition box. But if the play's going the other way, we look shaky, man.
No, 100%. But like I said, to go with 2 up top, I think, to be fair, Southampton had next to nothing in that second half, really. There was only one scare where Ward tried to turn on the edge of his own box. Which I think, what are you doing, sort of thing. And I think it was just after we got the equaliser as well.
Yeah,
So that was a bit frustrating, like, to see that. But I think the only disappointing thing with that second half is that we brought Benteke in and we were still trying to play. I think we passed it around the back for like ages, and it was just like, just knock it up and let's just try and win second balls, you know. At least they looked lively when he came on, though.
Yeah.
Lots of trickery and stuff. I think.
How did Anderson look when he came on?
He didn't have much to do, to be honest.
He came on quite late, so by the time he was on, arguably both sides were just trying to close the game out for a point and just get out of there. Like neither side was really going hammer and tong for a winner. And the few occasions that it looked like there could be a winner, both sides were scuffing shots further into the stands or into the car park. It weren't popping off. But do you know what? For the brief time he had on the pitch, he got a proper seller's return in terms of his welcome back, because obviously when Eze came back, the whole place was just lifted, even though we obviously went on to lose the game. To have players who are so crucial to how this team play coming back, it's a big lift, because it's that, right, Anderson's back. And now we can see him and Tompkins rotate every now and again, because Tompkins hasn't been amazing, don't get me wrong. But for the job he's had to do in the time Anderson's been gone, yes, he's had moments where it's like, wow. We knew he had no pace. We knew that. but my God, is it on show more than ever. But Tompkins is like Martin Kelly. He's not everyone's first choice, but when he's called upon, he's reliable.
100%. Big up Munzie.
Yes, Munzie, big up.
Does his show Munzie Talks Monday nights, and he also has an NFL show Wednesdays, I would like to say. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Munzie. I believe it's Wednesday evenings as well. So check him out, subscribe to him as well. He gets fans of all different clubs on and stuff. Decent conversation, to be fair. And he's in a lot better mood now that Ollie's not at the wall. Because before he was stressed.
Hey, but we know how that feels with Roy, bruv, because our fan base was going on a mad thing before Roy Ernesti was stepping down.
No,
like you literally had Palace Twitter taking a side on a civil war. It was peak. It was like, oh shit, people you actually would speak to regularly, you're now beefing because they're hodging in, you're hodging out. It's like, fucking hell. Declan, that game is postponed. The Watford game has been postponed. It's been confirmed.
Yeah. Definitely is.
Let's do the play ratings for this.
Yeah,
Rich.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, just do the play ratings and let's go into Talkin Ish. We've got more interesting things to talk about in the 2-2.
Because, you know what, ever since the Talkin Ish pilot, I've just been excited for Talkin Ish, man. I love that. I love that we're bringing a different show to the channel.
No, it's wicked. It is wicked. Oh, no. James. That is a wild statement.
He wins the corner flag.
Hey, Maz, if you're watching this, you need to put James on the naughty step. Because he's talking hella slap, bro. That's not James, as much as
that's a yellow card.
That's a sin bin offence, bro.
Big up Neil. Yeah, I did mine this morning as well. Came negative, so that's
a yellow card.
Jeez. Let me get a.
Yeah, but did you do it
properly? Oh, he's clear, boys. He's clear.
Mateta can't get a game for the under-23s. Mateta couldn't even catch up.
Time, I had to do it twice.
I've got to do mine as soon as my packet comes. I've got to do mine for work now, so I'm looking forward to that so much.
Have you started a new job, bro?
I have indeed. I get to play video games for a living.
That's wicked.
Nice. Oh, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Big. Right. Jordan, Butland.
I'm probably not the guy to be asking for player ratings because I didn't watch the match.
Okay. Moving on.
Mate.
Me. Okay, me. Do you know what? Take out the 2 goals he conceded because the first one he ain't saving. No matter who is in goal, nobody's saving that free kick. It's like Payet against us a couple of years ago. You could put any goalkeeper you want in that net. They're not saving it.
That's a good point. Yeah, you can't get that free kick. That free kick was unbelievable.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be fair. It's yes, it hurts to see a free kick like that go on your own patch, but no keeper was saving that. So Butland, 6. He didn't really do a lot of. He didn't do a lot bad. Didn't do a lot of good, but his kicking was way better than Guaita, which we already knew because Guaita's kicking leaves a lot to be desired. But just so before we touch out of that, remember how our friends on the South Coast were having a title party after September and all of this? Them man haven't won a game since the middle of September.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
That's true.
Like, and this is the funniest thing about it, right? They're always talking about why did you let it bounce? Now on second thought, we're happy we let it bounce because you don't know what it feels to win a game. We know how it feels to win games of football because we're a good team. We actually can win games. That's the difference.
Well, technically, they
have
won games because they celebrate draws. If you know, you know.
And don't forget, they also shush crowds as well.
Oh, no, Nick, they don't shush crowds. They shush family stands. They shush the family sections
I stand corrected. Thank you.
Of their 2 rivals' family stands.
Nah, James, you're trolling now. James, you're trolling.
Maz, I'm not even joking. Put him on the naughty step.
Right. Sorry. That's
That's triggered me. Man got sent off, bruv.
I love that's a nice additional feature to the. Funny enough,
that's a double yellow offence.
I've got cards as well. Actually, that's a good idea.
What, bruv? Oyster cards.
That too.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Hey.
Hop on that 468, mate. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, that's my line. Oh, that was wicked.
Oh man! All right, Nicky.
Wardy.
Oh, 5.
Yep.
Bang average.
Yep.
Not more to say about that. Let's not go there.
Nope.
I'll take Tompkins wasn't as comfortable as he usually is.
Well, it's either Tompkins or Guehi, so take your pick.
Yeah, I'll do Tom. I'll go 5 for Tompkins. His passing out the back just caused us so many problems yesterday. So
yeah, but Tompkins is not a passer out from the back defender. He's kick and rush.
yes, yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was he has been good for us though. Like no word of lie. Just yesterday wasn't his best.
Listen, he'll always be remembered for some of those big goals he scored over the years, including the one on Sunday. So it's not like he's been a waste of money or. Let's be fair, he's nowhere near Jordan much type of player, so he's one of ours. That we love him, but yeah, his time is coming up soon.
100%. Nate, okay.
6. I mean, if you listen to one Southampton fan I spoke to on Twitter last night, he should have been sent off. He should be arrested. He should be put in prison. He assaulted Brohart, and I'm thinking, did you watch the game, bruv? Because I'm there thinking, I know that they've got a little bit of a mental deficiency in Hampshire because they can't tell their left eye from their right eye out down there. But, mate, the only thing you don't have a case of is that Will Hughes may have clipped Brohart on his way down from diving into the swimming pool.
Nick, he's gonna best.
Right. That is a 3-game suspension. Straight red.
That's a ban from the channel if he keeps this up. 30-day ban from the channel.
You can appeal this in 28 days.
The disciplinary committee will hear you out. But yeah, Mark Guay 6, not great, not terrible. We've seen worse from him,
and it's true. John Joe Shelby.
Harry Potter, he's coming for you.
Man,
fucking hell!
7 minutes.
I was not expecting that.
To be fair though, he'd love nothing more than to upset the apple cart at Liverpool because he was there under Roy. So if there's ever an opportunity to slight your ex-employer.
And I do believe that Liverpool have had to. They're down by 3 critical players. Van Dijk is not there, and 2 more.
Tested positive.
I think.
Yeah, Konate's playing that centre back, I think.
Van Dijk, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones.
That's the ones.
Cool. Nicky, TM.
Do you know what? I think yet again he shows why he is so good on the left. I'm actually going to give him. I'm going to give him a 7 because he just did not stop running like shit. Someone put the key in his ignition and he just went wham. See you later, mate. he overlapped. He overlapped really good. His passing was good. A few little slips, but hey ho, he's young. Who doesn't slip? Whether you're 21, whether you're 31, you slip. It's fine. So yeah.
Steven Gerrard.
Hamza's not here, Nate. Hamza's not here.
Oh no, he's here. He's lurking in the background. He's like Gollum, bro. You don't think he's there, but he is there.
He has disappeared, to be fair.
I think he could detect that Steve could be lurking around, so he's probably trying to duck out from Steve. Because my word.
What did you give TM, Nikki?
You gave him a 7, didn't you?
7.
7.
7.
So that means I've got Coyote.
Wiley Coyote.
I mean, our midfield got overrun, so I can't really score them too highly.
No.
5. And that was close to 4. Nate, Hughes.
Considering he made his first full start on Sunday and had a blinder yesterday, I think he got done dirty by that dive. Because granted, as I said at the start of the stream, if that does go for us, we're all calling for a free kick. So I'm not going to try and say that we wouldn't be calling for a free kick. But if you're looking at it, you're thinking, if you're getting a free kick in that area, you want it to be stone wall. You're like, yeah, there's no issue with that. For me, there is contact. You can see that they did touch. No way in hell is Broha, who's a big lump of a kid. No way is he going down from somebody that looks like a fucking blonde, fucking, what do you call it, peroxide hobbit, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I know that Will Hughes has kind of built up a little bit more because when he first came into the Prem, he was getting bullied. But Broha, he literally looks like he's Mitrovic's love child, bruv. He's not exactly a little fucking hobbit. You know them ones. It's like, you're going down, mate, you're going down easier than a slag in Liverpool. Less of this. Get up! But of course, the referee fell for it because this referee can't referee anything.
Mm.
So I weren't having it, man. I was so angry with this referee last night. But to give Hughes a rating, I'll say 6. Not great, not terrible, just 6.
Nikki, Gallagher?
Gallagher again just runs. And like you said, Rich, the midfield got overrun, so we can't exactly score them very, very high. I think a 6 is fair for Gallagher. Didn't see a lot because it was more so wing play for us in that game. So I will give Gallagher a 6 and happy there. Oh boy.
No, Brush. What are you doing?
No, I'm singing that in my head. I'm singing that in my head now.
I got sick of hearing the Saints fans singing because they're just like, they're just like the other lot from the South Coast. One bastard song.
Rush, as creator of this, you need to come on and give a rendition. This is elite.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Rich, let's go with your compatriot JA9.
You know what? I'm going to give him a 10. And he only played like 65, 70 minutes or so.
He must have had some seriously good jollof before the game, bro. That's the secret.
He had a good game. For me personally, man of the match.
Man had that old school jollof, bro. He just whipped that into him and was like, right, gas, gone.
Fidel, guys.
They got Nipton's Wi-Fi.
Oh,
not to mention that it was IU's first goal for us in 43 games.
Yeah.
Or as my meme in the group chat said last night, it's been 84 years.
84 years. Nate Edward.
Well, seeing as I think he got 2 assists last night, as far as I was seeing on social media.
Yeah.
But if you believe what Palace social media is saying, because this is the beauty of Palace social media. Even when we don't lose, people are still saying, "Oh, we're not playing well." It's like we lose this game last season and every other season under that. We historically we're awful against Southampton at home. I think we've only beaten them once since we've been back in the Prem at Selhurst. Maybe twice, but I don't recall beating them that many times since we've been back in the Prem. So I'm thinking, right, granted, we took the lead early, so you're thinking, right, come on, let's get on the front foot, get that second goal, maybe get a third goal and put the game to bed. Didn't happen. They get back in, But Edouard was trying his best. He was working out there trying to get his piece, and he got 2 assists. So people are like, "Oh, but Edouard's not doing the job." Do you want to go back to Fraser Campbell, Yaya Sanogo days? Because I don't. Give me Edouard over any of the man we've had over the last couple of years.
100%.
Be careful what you wish for. Remember we said that to our friends in SE7? And who the fuck is laughing now? You know what I'm saying?
Boy. Nicky, who we got then? Wilf.
Well, obviously scored early. Lots of passing. 25 passes all in total. With an apparent accuracy of around about 85%, which is decent stats for him.
Right. Might have to start calling you Statman Smurf.
I'm taking Nathan's job. Yeah, so
First thing Ryan you'd have taken in years, bro. So don't get too cocky there, kid.
I'll take Statman any day. But yeah, yeah, he was decent. I'm only going to give him an 8 just because I feel like his whinging again. He's just getting whingier and whingier as the games go on, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. I really am.
I'm giving him 9 because he somehow resisted not to chin Ward Prowse.
Yeah, that's what's going to up him there. So yeah, I will give him an 8. I'll change it to an 8 for the goal and for not, breaking Ward Prowse's face like maybe he should have. Maybe. I mean,
when the ref wasn't looking.
Exactly.
Nah, he'd have been that. But you know what it is? As much as I don't like Ward Prowse, I was thinking, you know what? If you'd have said to me before the last 2 results we'd get 4 points, I'd have snapped your hand off because we've already seen the last 3 games that we were losing. It was like last minute goal. Fred scores a worldie out of his arse like he's come back from the dead, back from the future in the DeLorean. It's like, okay, now all of a sudden Fred turns up to the party. Of course he turns up against Palace. Then Rafinha decides to just absolutely chin the penalty in the back of the net, and you're like, that hurts. But James, no, enough of this Mateta business. All right, enough. Don't tell me you're confusing Mateta with Hakuna Matata. There's a very big difference.
That meme was funny when it came out. Hakuna Matata.
But yeah, look, it is what it is, man. Look, it weren't great, but it's a point. And as the old saying goes on the Allardyce, respect the point. Because they all add up at the end of the season anyway.
100%. Who doesn't leave? Just the subs. So it was Elise,
Benteke,
and
Anderson.
Yeah. 6 is all 5. 5's all round.
5's all round. Really.
Yeah.
6 would have been too generous. Yeah, 5's all round. So Talkin Ish.
100%. We're moving to Talkin Ish now. I'm gonna shut up because this is Jordan and Nate's baby, and Jordan hasn't said anything for like 15 minutes since he didn't watch the game.
No, he does too much talking, bro. We need him to keep quiet on the mic. You know him.
Right, I'm gonna just drop the topics. If you want to jump in and get involved in the topics, you can. But yeah, let's get into it.
Well, I think that the first topic sort of was made on the fly because of what just happened with the postponement of the match. And we're not saying that we want another lockdown to happen because of this topic. And this topic is our original form after the first lockdown.
Project Restart, basically.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we only won one match for the rest of the
Bournemouth
season.
away, 2-0.
And that was
BBC London. Back. That was us.
Luca pinged the ball into the top corner, and yeah.
And I would just like to discuss if we
that's
do
1-0
have
for Liverpool.
if we do have a match postponement for, I wouldn't like for more than just this week. If it ends up being a month or 2 months, we don't know yet. But could we see a repeat of what happens, or do you think that with what Vieira's doing that he wouldn't allow that to happen, unlike what happened with Roy?
Well, I think with Vieira, because he clearly rollocked the team into reacting to last night's game. Like Roy was just too much of a gentleman. He wouldn't really bollock the players the way that Vieira will.
Okay.
So don't get me wrong, Roy Hodgson had really poor tools to work with the last 2 years he was at the club, because we had players there that were not playing to secure their future. They were just there to get their contract signed up. So it was frustrating because you're looking at it going, we could be doing so much better in some of these games. We were losing to absolute teams that were muck. Like, fair enough, losing to Chelsea and City and them, cool. But I think we lost to teams that got relegated that season as well. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? Is this what we fall into now? With that crap, we can't beat teams that are going down. Oh, mate, it was just so frustrating. But if lockdown does happen again, which God forbid it doesn't, because everybody's sick of lockdowns. If they're not working, what's the point? Look, lockdown form is a worry, but I think it depends on the manager you have at the club. Like, because if you're going into lockdown and you're in shit form, you're like, okay, cool, gives us a chance to come back when we're ready to come back and regroup and try and kick on from where we weren't letting off. If you're on a madness like Liverpool were, and all of a sudden everything just lock off, you're like, oh shit, how do we do this again? But the annoying thing for us is we finished before lockdown hit. We'd won our last 2 games back to back because we beat them fuckers on the South Coast 1-0 on Nick's birthday. Bruv, that was a legendary weekend. That was mad. And then we beat Watford at home the following weekend, and it was like, okay, we're hitting form. But then obviously lockdown happened, and we forgot how to win games of football, and that's what turned a lot of people away from Hodgson at the back end of, what was it, 1920? Was that? Yeah. So, like, I was turning away from Hodgson around that time. It was like, yeah, I don't see us doing anything going under him long term. But it depends on the football team and the players and manager you have, really, is my opinion. Lads, don't all speak at once, one at a time.
Yeah, Rich, what are your thoughts on the lockdown form situation? Do you think it can repeat itself, or do you agree with Nate?
I think we'll be fine, I think we'll be fine just because of just how we're playing. We're playing with so much confidence and so on, so much. However, the crowd has been so electric this season. Like, it's been rocking, irregardless of the scoreline.
It really feels like we're the 12th man again.
Absolutely. So I'm hoping that doesn't work against us, but I don't think it will. We've set a standard now that we're trying to hold ourselves to. It's unbelievable to actually say this, that like we're annoyed at certain results. We're annoyed at certain performances. We're annoyed that we're not in the top half of the table. We're actually annoyed about these sort of things, and it shows how far we've come as a club. So if the lockdown happens, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine regardless.
Oh, for God's sake, Liverpool scored. Oh my God, it's 2-1. Oh,
You really are on Nippon's Wi-Fi. You're a bit late.
It's not working again.
Hamza, we'll bring you in on the next topic. But Nikki, what do you think about the lockdown situation? And do you think our form will be the same?
A lot more. No, I think our form will. I think could definitely improve. We did have a lot of injuries, and our squad was, well, as we all know, was the oldest in the entire league. So having a more youthful setup under Vieira will definitely help us. He's obviously shown that he wants to improve the youth setup at the club. So I think, should we go into lockdown, I think we could see a lot of the under-23s be involved. I know we've all been excited about looking at Raksaki and other such players. They've been involved in the game. So I'm hopeful. Should we go into lockdown? I don't want a lockdown because it was eerie to watch football games without crowds. But But yeah, I'd be okay looking at Palace's form should we go into lockdown.
All right. Well, Hamza, how are you doing, mate?
Well, after Liverpool scored the second, not particularly that good, but like yeah,
Mate, worry about Man United. Don't mind Liverpool.
yeah.
Just focus on your team. That's all you got to do.
The worlds apart.
No. Just like it's healthier to worry about your own team's fortunes rather than worry about the other lot. Like we don't regard with the seaweed until we play them bastards. It's like yeah, whatever. We only mention them to have a laugh at them. We don't like if they're winning. It's like oh, cool. They'll muck it up. So I'm not even stressed. And as we saw last night, they lost again. But what do you make of it then, Hamza, with lockdowns? Do you think it could happen again? They could lock down the whole thing again?
They can't do it. I don't think they can do it because the people won't allow it. If the people don't allow it, then I don't think they're going to allow it.
Problem.
Like I think if the worst thing that's going to happen is that they reduce the number of fans inside the stadium. That's the worst thing that could happen, I think, because they can't stop fans coming in. It's gonna ruin dynamic again. It's gonna be a huge economic problems again for the clubs. That's why I think that's not gonna happen. And I think like if they stop for 2 weeks and come back, I think it would be a good idea because like everybody would now be like COVID free. So I think like if they stopped for 2 weeks and then came back and played again, I don't think that's gonna be a massive problem because like now you're safe. Just keep the precautions. That's about it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the World Cup's going to be affected?
Yeah.
I know it's a whole year away, but
Yes. I think it's gonna be affected. I think that the new season is gonna be different. I think now with the problems that we're having, I think the new season is gonna have problems. FIFA is gonna have problems with sorting out the World Cup. The timing of the World Cup is just shambles, isn't it? Like
that's what they get for putting it in Qatar, bro.
Mm.
They had options to put it in more sensible places, but the minute they saw that paper wallet, nah, that's fine. We love Qatar. We think Qatar's a great nation to host the
Agreed.
World Cup. No disrespect to Qatar. Listen, the whole world should be able to host the World Cup at some point. I'm all for that. But when you know that a country has 50-degree heat in the summer, you're like, okay, move it to the winter. It's still bastard friggin' hot down there. It's not even like it's a cold day in the UK. It's literally like a summer's day in the UK.
Yeah.
So, like the South African World Cup, we could live with that because it was nice to have it in Africa. It's like, yeah, no, that's cool. But it's like Qatar. The Russia World Cup, I was suspect because like, I wonder why Russia got the World Cup. But to be fair to Russia, they put on a stormer of a World Cup. Can't even fault them
No,
for that.
that's really good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as some people were like, "Oh, it's corruption," they put on a barnstorming World Cup, and maybe Qatar will as well. But with the way that Qatar got it, you're like, I don't know. I'm looking forward more to the USA, Mexico, Canada World Cup. That's going to be a madness. That's going to be mad. Because maybe then Ireland will qualify for a Epoxy World Cup.
Oh man, yeah. I think talk about European games. Let's talk about one of the best Argentinian strikers that there are, and that's Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, very sad to hear that, but
yeah, it's sad. Like he didn't have nothing to do with Palace, but he was just a football. I would probably say he's a legend of the game at this point. Definitely a legend of the Premier League.
Definitely.
Because of I get that one moment was brilliant when he scored that goal to win them the league, but just how consistent.
Oh no, JC, it wasn't brilliant. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it was beautiful only because you could see the sheer devastation on Fergie's face, and that's what motivated them to win the league the year after. So it was the best thing that ever happened to United because Ferguson was like, nah, wait a minute, I can't lose, I can't be robbed of a 20th title, a 13th title, having seen City win it with the last kick of the game. But to be fair, with the way that City had been for years and years and years, what better way to win the league title than in that such a dramatic fashion where you're like, last kick of the game? Nah, you're lying. That never happened. And it's that epic commentary from Martin Tyler that just sealed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'll stick my neck out. I've heard that apparently that was Balotelli's one and only assist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
That was his only assist as a Manchester City player. That's correct. But in fairness, if there's only one to ever have, that's the one to get a league title winning assist. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody can look at him and say, oh, Balotelli didn't do anything. Mate, he set up the goal that won them the frigging title.
Exactly. Yep. And I think the thing that makes him...
Sorry.
The thing that makes him, I think, a bit more special than the other players which have been in the Premier League is that he was just consistently prolific goal scorer every year.
Yeah.
Even into his last years in the Premier League, he played not even half the season, but Donny was still getting near enough 20 goals a season.
If he was on the team sheet against your club, you're like, yeah, we know he's bagging. And if he didn't, you were like, whoa, wait a minute, that doesn't happen often.
100%.
But listen, he's one of these players that people will overlook because he's not. Some people don't want to put him in the echelon of Bergkamp, Henry, Drogba. It's like he's up there with them. By far, he's up there with Shearer, Bergkamp, Henry, and Drogba. If anything, he's on the Mount Rushmore of Premier League strikers.
Yeah, and if he's not, he's definitely on the waiting list.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's just, you know what, I find it just a bit scary that like professional athletes are just quite a few of them suffering from these cardiac arrests, and it's making me think: are they now working too hard?
Of course they are, mate. Think about it. Clubs are so driven by money; they'll literally run human beings physically to the point of exhaustion. And people are saying, "Oh, but Christian Eriksen was never had this issue at Inter Milan. Inter Milan were only chasing a league title in Italy. They weren't interested in going for Europe or going for a cup. They wanted the league title, and that was it. And even then, Eriksen was in and out of the team when they won it that year. You then go to the Euros. Denmark rely heavily on players like Christian Eriksen because he's one of their most integral players in their national side. But you could clearly see the rigors of a full Serie A campaign and then a European Championship where there's an awful lot of pressure on nations to get through the group. But if you don't make it into the next round of the Euros, people are like, well, what was the point in qualifying? You know? And when Eriksen did drop and people realized, oh shit, this is serious. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only then people began to realize, wait a minute, they actually are human beings. No human can withstand that kind of punishment for so long without dropping.
Oh, yeah. And it's happening, as Rich said, it's happening more and more often now. It's
Victor Lindelof.
A bit concerning.
What is the update with Victor Lindelof?
Lindelof.
Big up Rush as well, by the way.
Yes, Rush.
What's happening, guys?
Right. He had.
No, from what Rangnick said, he got he bumped into a player, then felt something in his chest that he couldn't even remember that pain that happened, and it's just 10 minutes and he was okay. So
I think his wife tweeted out earlier and he's all right now. But as Rich said, it is quite concerning now, the amount of cases we're seeing with these sort of problems. And I think I missed it when you guys were chatting about Aguero, but just to touch on that, for me, he's probably the best out-and-out striker that we've seen in the Premier League era.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well, guess what? I'm not. Oh my god! Wait. No, don't do this.
There we go.
I was just gonna say that it's not me. And hold up, Brush, is that you? the man behind the mask.
Would I do such a thing, Hamza?
Yeah.
I prefer dissing you to your face.
Bear in mind, Brush has defended you a lot, Hamza, so I don't think he would go for you like that, to be fair.
That's true, Hamza. I do try my best to defend you, although you make it very hard at times.
Jordan.
It wasn't me.
So nice.
It wasn't me that time.
Just wait for me tomorrow.
Can you send me the link? Because I need to see this.
What time is it, Hamza?
I think it's 7 p.m. UK time.
That works. Yeah, I'll be home. That works for me.
I'll be at work day, so
I'll be
Yeah,
at work,
good for
so
you.
unfortunately I will be missing it.
Because when you get back, you're gonna see some clips of you getting battered. So,
Oh. Rich, can you clip it for me, please?
No problem.
Cool.
So what do we think?
Because of
guys?
him getting battered.
Do we think the games of the
Pause.
weekend are actually going to go ahead?
Nah, it's done. I think Premier League is looking to suspend it for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's quite depressing, man. Especially
It's
the
not-
festive
it's-
period.
And it's not just it's not the same as the international break. It's 2 in a row now,
Yeah.
and there's not even an international football to
Bro, I
watch.
don't
It
even
gets
understand where
worse.
they're going to fit all these games in,
They're probably gonna have to make the season run longer again.
Mm.
And
Like,
then have
because Spurs have already
half,
missed 2, and I think, 3 now, innit, in total?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
one got called off because of the snow, the one against Burnley.
Yeah, and then they've missed the
it's all
last
mad.
2.
That was a shocking way to call off a game, though, for the bloody snow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
because every Premier League pitch has to have undersoil heating. So you're thinking, wait a minute,
Yeah.
because they've
And
intentionally.
who was it mentioned in group chat about the couple that come all the way from Texas, spent 26 hours
Oh,
on that to get there?
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
the American
Like,
Tottenham
first
fans.
of
Yeah,
all,
that's
peak
right.
in itself that they spent 26 hours to go see Spurs, but then to have it cancelled.
And then, you know what I found was mad? Sorry to cut you. Then Harry Kane goes, sorry to hear about this. The next time you come down. What, they're just going to randomly play, I'm going to come back again?
We paid $5,000 to fly to England to come watch Tottenham, and by the time we got to this place somewhere up there in Middle England, well, the game got called off. God damn it! Nah, trust me, that would If they said would invite you to a game, you're paying for the flight, Levy. Levy himself would have to pay for the flight, and you know him. He would do a Ryanair and charge them hella fare for that, bro.
Bro, how do you spend 26 hours? Flight is only like 8 or 9 hours.
Well, you got to
I
factor
don't
in
even know
travel
what
from
route they
London to
took, but
Burnley.
it said they took them 26 hours or something mad.
They must have had a, what do you call it?
Stopover.
Stopover there.
They took the Nippon route.
Oh no!
Hey, Nick, they took the 32B bus, bro. If you know, you know.
Different airlines.
Nippon Airlines coming to you some point on time in 2024. We'll get you there eventually.
That's a good slogan, mate.
It's actually.
It's like most transport providers.
You'll get there. ... Eventually. Oh man. Yeah. Nikki,
Let's move on to Aubameyang.
No, Nikki hasn't had his say on Aguero yet, I don't think. Oh, he's getting nippened currently as we speak.
No, I think Aguero. If you look at, I am. People, I try and fix it. There we
While
go.
he's trying to fix
Should be
it,
good now.
let me just say, Aguero, absolute legend. It's a shame that this is how his career is going to end. I know he always said that he wanted to go back to Independiente as well, where he started his career. It's a shame that we won't get to see that, but health is the most important thing, man. So hopefully he recovers, and we'll see him in some capacity in the future, be that as a pundit or as a coach or something.
No, 100%.
I think he's a brilliant character. He's a really good character.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
loved. Like Pep Guardiola, like I don't think like he's acting like people say, but like Pep Guardiola crying at the end of the season because Aguero's leaving is something we don't see that much. Like when that happened, I just knew Sergio Aguero was such like taking football aside, he's a brilliant human being, and we have to think a bit about human beings in football than like football because people criticize players and just then instantly attack them or attack their family or stuff like that. So yeah, aside that, like Aguero's just a brilliant striker, brilliant player, brilliant character, unlike the Arsenal striker twat. So yeah, like huge credit to
Which Arsenal striker is that, Hamza?
the Gabonese Jamie Vardy.
Mad disrespect on Jamie Vardy, you know.
It's funny because that's a very good turnover to the next point. And Nathan, if you'd like to help me out with this one, Obama what?
Obama who? Obama, don't come again. This guy
Trust
is
me,
done
this
out here,
guy's
bro.
washed up captain. Donny's had what's that? Three disciplinaries so far this season, and you're meant
Who,
to be
Gummy?
Yeah.
you're meant to be a nearly mid-30s. You're meant to be captain of Arsenal, who still think they're a big club. Like in relative size, they are a big club, but like
They're not acting like a big club.
exactly. And
To quote a certain AFTV interview, when are we going to start acting like a fucking big club, Robbie?
and
this is a very good comment. Sorry, we have to think about the most
That's a really good one.
5 seconds later.
Hamza, that was quality God. I got to give you that one.
That's got to get clipped. Yeah, listen, with Aubameyang, it's just he
And I
should
think
have never been captain, man. To be honest, like,
No.
he ain't captain material. Let's be real.
He only got that captaincy because they did everything they could to keep him at that club. They gave him
No,
bare
it's
money.
just
They promised
because
him
they won the FA
captaincy.
Cup.
Guess what? He signed the thing, and his mind went left.
And Nate, what are your thoughts on Aubameyang? And big up to you, by the way. I didn't say big up. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
big up Elliot.
I was just listening and reading the comments. I think I saw Obama Heskey Young, and I just thought it's pretty funny to be fair.
Wait, whoa. Nah, don't disrespect Heskey like that, man.
Heskey was a quality
Hey,
player. when he
Heskey
was
actually offered things
Leicester, was it?
other than goals.
But
Yeah,
listen, look. Unfortunately, he's not the only player, who signs a contract and doesn't, give back, give 100%. We've seen many players like that in the past that sign the contract, but I think there's more to it than just that. I think there's a lot of issues at Arsenal Football Club, and I don't really know. Except that Oba was missing.
Expressions
Did
is
he
just
actually say that?
unreal.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
No, shout out
He
to
is.
X, man. Bruv, X said yesterday, that word on the street is that Oba's tattoo said Arteta out.
Oh my god.
But yeah, getting back to Over, it's obviously not worked out, and there seems to be a lot of clubs, especially Barcelona, seem to be interested. And if they can get some money out of him, I've always said he's not the guy that should be starting for Arsenal. It should be Lacazette because of his chemistry and his link-up play with Smith Rowe and Saka and so. I think it works well for both parties that if they can sell him on and make 10 or 15, 20 million, I don't know what he would be worth in today's market, but sell him on and move on. And Arsenal need to go buy a striker, a midfielder, and and probably a lot more to try and compete with the top four.
I don't think he's viable as an option to buy, to be fair, Hanif, because of the wages he's on, bro, and age. I just don't
Yeah.
think it will be viable.
I don't think he's that old. What is he, 32? That's not old
30,
now.
32, yeah, 32.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not. How can you call a 32-year-old who's fit old? I don't think that's old. I think that's prime. That I really do.
nah, it
I think,
depends on the type of player you are as well, doesn't it? But for him
Yeah.
at 32 now, I'm thinking your next move is either China or MLS.
no, I think I still think there's a quality player in there, but you need to play a certain way to get the best out of him. And Arteta's system doesn't get the best out of him. It never has. And as a result, these so-called Arsenal fans who are on Emery's back, well, look what Emery was doing with Ober. He was scoring goals, and now he's not scoring. And you want
They don't play
Emery
to his
out.
strengths,
So,
do they? So what do they expect?
so yeah, exactly. So I just think it's better for him to leave. I think Pepe is another one that's going to leave. It's not worked out for him. And Arsenal need to make sure that if they buy a big player like 50, 60 million, that they make sure they get it right, because they can't afford to keep getting it wrong, like the Chelseas, like the Uniteds and Cities and so on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens January.
I'll tell
or
you what,
even
though,
in the
bro.
summer.
With Chelsea, it's slightly different because even if they get it wrong, because the rest of their incomings and outgoings work so well that they can afford to like take the initial, the occasional hit on a transfer mishap, because you guys generate so much in terms
We've
of
got a
just,
good accountant. We've got good accountants. Like, we sell well. So we're lucky in that
like
respect.
even Lukaku, people look at it and think, wow, 97 million, but you got him in the summer for a net spend of 3.1 million with all the outgoings.
To me, I'm not really bothered about the outgoings. Yes, it was good business, but I'm absolutely annoyed that we bought a player that doesn't fit the system. He's a top quality. He doesn't look fit to me. That's just my personal opinion. I think Benteke looks more fit than Lukaku. That's just how I see it at this moment in time, and he doesn't fit the system.
Were you surprised that he doesn't fit the system?
No.
Okay.
No, there's two players on my radar. One is Lewandowski, and the other one is Antonio from West Ham. I think Antonio fits Chelsea Football Club. I really do. He reminds me of a baby Drogba. He's got that in him, and it's just that he's injury prone. And I don't know how old Antonio is at this moment. He might be 28, 29, maybe older. But those are the two players that I think Chelsea need to go for if they want to try and win the Premier League. If not, Chelsea are not going to win that Premier League. And I was also wanting to talk to Rich about, we're lacking in midfield, and you've got one of our midfielders, and I want him back.
Hey, behave. You've got Saul Niguez. You're gonna buy everyone else. Leave him alone.
Mate, what has happened to Saul Niguez?
He's not a Premier League player at this moment in time. He's not all that from what I've
We
seen.
touched on this the other day, actually. Like, him and Partey look so different in that Atletico Madrid team. I was starting to wonder if it's just Simeone and his system that got the best out of him.
That's what it is. You've got to give Simeone a lot of respect. I'd love to see Simeone in the Premier League. I think he's suited to the Premier League.
With Saul, anyway, I think it's just he needs to adapt to the Premier League. Like, he doesn't get consistent game time. Like, you don't expect a La Liga player who plays under a manager who's not that offensive to hit the ground running with a big team like Chelsea. So I think Saul needs time. And on Aubameyang, now I would not like the blame on Aubameyang too much, because he's got a young squad with him, and I've never seen Aubameyang as a captain. But do you know why he's captain? Because he's the only one who's capable of being captain with this young group, and it's unacceptable for a club like Arsenal, because, like, you have a young manager, you have a young squad, you have everything is just building up. So that's one of the problems that could have happened. I talked about this after the transfer window. Arsenal are gonna face a couple of problems with disciplines after this transfer window, because their entire squad is young. And you would never trust Aubameyang. I would never trust a player who does not play. He's got a mood in him. Like, no, your mood every day should be scoring goals for Arsenal and having high work rate. You don't need to sign a new contract to have high
I
work
think
rate.
to get him to sign that contract, I think they had to give him the captaincy. I think he would have demanded that. when he
Yeah,
signed
well-
the contract.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, there's
I
definitely
would
something in his
sign.
contract for it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but the
I-
captaincy should be earned at any club. It doesn't matter what size the club it is. If you want to be captain of any football club that's professional, you need to earn the right to do so. You need to show leadership qualities.
And I
That's
think
the
I think
obvious
the only
Yeah, the captaincy always has to be on merit and what you bring to the table.
I think it was only just a matter of signing a new contract, and like when they won
That's
the FA
interesting coming
Cup,
from
they
a
all
United
just
fan.
said like Aubameyang is the hero of Arsenal. And they gave him the captaincy armband. So, like, it's not all for him to be blamed, but like
James
the
Christ.
blame should be on board. Blame should be on on the manager as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you also need to remember that Arsenal's current squad has got 2 former captains which have been formally released of their captaincy.
Yeah, Granit Xhaka.
And because it was Granit Xhaka after the game against us, I believe he threw his shirt at Arteta,
Yeah.
and it was
No, it
cheering
was
on the
Emery
crowd.
at the time.
It was
wasn't
Emery. Emery was the
Yeah.
manager when that happened. Yeah,
But yeah, but still,
he was telling the fans to fuck off, basically.
yeah, it still proves my point. There's 2 players still in that squad that have been revoked of their captaincy.
They should
There's got to
stick
be
with
some
Lacazette.
changes there.
That just
Lacazette's
shows-
the man at the moment.
Yeah, but that just shows that Arsenal. Like, let's be fair, Stan Kroenke is running Arsenal into the ground because that's all he needs to do. Arsenal is just his cash cow. He has no interest.
But he's not. I understand. I get where you're coming from, but he spent big money and he's leaving Arteta and Edu in charge. So
No,
you know,
Hanif,
that's it,
Hanif,
you know, he
Hanif.
doesn't have a say, man. It's
Hanif,
up to
whatever he,
Edu and Arteta to
look,
set out.
whatever he spends on
150
Arsenal,
M's, man.
whatever he's spending on Arsenal doesn't equate to what he's spending on in the NFL. Trust me, he's more interested
No, I
in what he's doing in
understand that.
America
I understand
than he
that.
is
I
at
understand
Arsenal.
that.
That's why
But
they hate him
have
so
spent
much.
money.
I tell you what, though, I was surprised to find out how much money they have spent over the last couple of years. I didn't think it was as high as it was. Like, had
That's
the
big
money
money.
been invested better, they could have got a lot more in return than what they currently have.
Look, they handed out Wenger, and look how that's gone.
But again, Wenger was a shield for them for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, though. See, this is the thing. They got too excited about it's all Wenger's fault.
Just
Interesting
want to
choice
say
of words.
something like trusting the Kroenkes is a big question mark because like we've got Ronaldo, we got Varane, we got Sancho, we got basically everything. So like Brush is with me on this. I think like we don't till now, even if they brought Ragnick and got rid of the management team, like occasionally, like we still don't trust them because what they've done the Super League and what they've done to ruining this club and not spending money apart from getting into the not getting into the Champions League. Till we see consistency and till we see some glimpses of actually them caring about this football club, we will happily support them. But like, I would never trust them. Like, I think we also
With me, what pisses me off about our lot is the fact that, you know, despite all of the problems, despite the fact that they do take money out of the club and they run it really badly and whatnot, over the last decade, they have spent money. They've just entrusted the wrong people with that money who have no
Exactly.
footballing knowledge, no footballing background, and don't know what they're doing.
yeah, spot on.
And we jump from one disaster to the next by bringing in a new manager every 2 years, roughly. And, you know, they spend their 2 years trying to undo what the previous manager did.
Vibes is on one.
James bringing up the
Respect
F2.
Oh my god, I can't believe he just said that.
Vibes is on. Respect to vibes, man. Respect to vibes.
No. So,
Vibes, whatever you don't, give it to me,
That's
man.
another
Whatever
red.
you take, tell me, give it to me, man.
so let's touch on the Nations League briefly because I think
yeah,
England's
it looks
group
all right,
is
you
an
know.
absolute mad thing.
I think we'll qualify. England always play better against tougher opposition. I think England smash him. I'm confident. I can't wait.
No,
for this
listen,
game.
I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just looking at it going, now we get to see what this England team is made of because all the criticism about England is, they always get easy groups. Do you think we want easy groups? We'd rather play the big teams and qualify the hard way. Nobody cares if England plays San Marino and slap them 9-0. Bruv, it's embarrassing slapping San Marino 9-0. It's like, lads, they're part-timers. Just beat them 1-0 and be done with it. Nobody, it's the same amount of points if you win 1 or 9-0. It's not a big drama. But now that we've got Germany, which is the rivalry, it's like, mate, Germany don't think England are a threat. Let's be real. Our biggest rivalry is normally with Scotland because that's where it's genuine. You know, there's a bit of needle there. But I was just looking at it going, that's a group that England fans want. Because if England can beat the teams in that group, nobody can say England aren't a nation that's coming of age again.
I tell you what, it's an exciting group. Obviously, you've got Germany, the old enemies. You've got Italy, you know, who beat us in the final, so there's that added incentive as well. And Hungary are no pushovers. Look what they did in the summer.
Yeah, big up Roland, by the way.
I just hope we take it serious because I want England to win something. I just hope we don't look at it like we look at the League Cup. I think England need to put down a marker and try and win something internationally because it's all right having these fantastic players, but if you're not going to take this cup competition seriously, that's why the other nations don't think England are much of a threat. We got to the final and Gareth Southgate's tactics, let us down. We've got phenomenal attacking talent and his extension has extended till 2024, which did surprise me. And I just think, when are we going to attack? I don't mind attacking and losing, but playing this Maguire-esque football and defending in numbers and when we're leading, it's not going to help us. I think we'll go far, but I just don't know if Southgate's the man. I hope he is, but
I don't think he is, mate. We've got so many flair players, and they're all being restricted.
It's like Foden. I hope we don't ruin him. I just hope we don't ruin Foden.
The thing is, we knew that this was the case because the FA were never going to appoint an international level manager that would not take any shit. Gareth Southgate, as nice a bloke as he is a yes man. We all knew that.
But that's probably part of the reason why he's there, Nate. Is the fact that
that's what I'm saying. The fact that he's a yes man, the FA were like, you know what? We just need somebody that we know for a fact. If we tell him to jump off a fucking bridge, he's going to do it. He's not going to be going, no, I'm going to do my own thing. He'll do it.
Vibe summed it up perfectly there. That's essentially what he is.
Everyone loved the journey of the Russia World Cup with England because not many of us had ever seen it. Yeah, waistcoat Ollie.
See, but even that run, if you actually analyse that run, like who actually tested us? Like the first real hurdle was Croatia and we failed.
Yeah, like I know that. What I'm saying though is that because people got so swept up in the World Cup, and obviously looking back on it, you're like, yeah, but we would, the Euros on the other hand, you're like, well, we did beat some nations that we normally don't do well against in tournaments. Like beating Germany was a massive hurdle.
But then scoring from open play was also a hurdle for us. It's mad.
No, 100%, Rush. I accept that. What I'm saying is though, is that people were very quick to say, but England had home advantage for half the tournament. It's not our fault that Wembley was the only venue that could host major tournaments. Bear in mind that I think the Germany game was meant to be hosted here in Dublin, but because COVID was on a mad one over here, it had to be moved. So it's not like England, oh no, we have to play at Wembley. They would have played the game in Dublin and probably lost the one, you never know. It just happened to be at Wembley. But look, home advantage, it had a factor, but in the end, it didn't matter because we lost the final at Wembley.
I think also when you look back at that World Cup, we played a Croatian team that went into extra time in 3 of their previous games. So we should have been more rested. I'm all ready. But Gareth Southgate played an unfit Harry Kane when I think we had Rashford on the bench, was it? And I can't remember who else. And I just thought, why aren't you playing the other strikers and bring Harry Kane on? And I just thought those decisions cost us in the end. And then Sterling's cross? Or potential cross to Harry Kane.
Sterling had to find Harry Kane and nothing doing.
Those key moments cost England, and Gareth Southgate is part of that, unfortunately, because he made the wrong decision to start Harry Kane.
Yeah, but I looked at Ireland's group to get in Scotland, and I went, okay, that could be interesting because the fear for Ireland was that they get stuck with but it's Ukraine, Scotland, and Armenia. I think Ireland got. So it's like, okay, that's fair. But I'm surprised that Wales Wales got a fairly decent run as well.
Yeah, they weren't bad considering the circumstances they're under. Like Ryan Giggs was their manager, and I don't know who replaced him, but like they had a bit of tough uh, movement with their managerial.
Have they
Yeah.
sorted that out now permanently, or is it still up in the air?
No, I don't think it's permanent. I think till Ryan Giggs comes back, swearing out his lawsuits or whatever.
All these Man United legends are moving mad, bro.
The less said about it, the better, Nate.
That guy is finished.
I can't take any of the class of '92 seriously, unfortunately.
Should we go around?
No, Brush, I hear you. I hear you.
Who's going to win each group then?
I think England will win their group. I think they'll come top. I'm going for England.
You
I think,
people
England,
I think,
Italy.
I think
Oh, Sky's taken the AFCON. That is big.
Oh, snap.
That's big news.
that's massive.
I think Germany will do our group. I think France will do their one. I think Spain will do theirs, and I think Belgium will do theirs.
I'd say the Netherlands would take it over Belgium, you know.
Is it?
Yeah. As much as the Dutch have been flattering to deceive the last couple of years, they appear to have got their house in order lately.
And with the Belgians, they're kind of starting to weigh now a little bit. Their golden generation is starting to get on.
And you're not really seeing that conveyor belt of next generation Belgian talent coming through.
We're not seeing that. Company's gone. The other ones are all old now.
Jason Denayer is getting on a little bit as well.
Yeah. Their fullback situation isn't great either. The only bright spark I did see was that kid Jeremy Doku. He looks like he could be special.
He's a problem.
Yeah,
He's a baller, man.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
But on England winning the group, like, have you lot seen how Germany played under Hansi Flick? Like, people don't know how much of an impact this guy's gonna have on Germany, because he's just an incredible manager. I always like Hansi Flick, and because of him, I think Germany might be one of the contenders to win the World Cup.
he had such a meteoric rise as well, didn't he? Because he was sort of an unknown when he took over at Bayern, and then to do the treble, it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's all it takes is come out of nowhere and pull up trees, and all of a sudden your name is up in the lights.
We're essentially the same team as well, bro. So
Yeah. Let's quickly jump into this Lifetime 11 because I've been looking forward to doing this.
Yeah.
Are we talk about the whole Premier League, or
No. So just players in your lifetime that you'd put into a Lifetime 11 for how long you've been watching football.
What? Just in general, Premier League, mate. This is going to be hard.
Just in general. If it's just Premier League, that's way too easy.
It's so difficult for me. I have to break it down into like decades because there's been too much football.
Yeah, no, but like I'm just saying
I've done this before, right? And it gets messy, bro. Like I've had to come up with 22-man squads.
I hear that, Brush. But what I'm saying is because you only get one team sheet to put 11 players on the pitch. Mad. Yeah, no. So it has to be the 11 players that in your lifetime you've seen as the best in their position. And people can critique how you work.
Bro, that is so hard. Do we have to settle on one formation? Like, I need some sort of template to go on.
Just a normal 4-3-3.
No. Listen, the formation you feel
because 4-4-2 was big back in the day.
4-4-2 was the one back in the day.
4-4-2 was that formation.
Yeah.
No,
and before that it was the sweeper.
Bro, literally as you're telling me this, bro, in my head I'm thinking, how can I fit R9 next to Backstreet?
But this is the thing. It's a good headache to have because it gets you thinking. It gets you to try to think creatively.
Yeah,
so,
I'm probably.
Look, okay. I tell you what. You can name a bench as well. All right, to give you a little bit more freedom with players you'd put in there.
Bro, I'm gonna need a full 22.
No, you're only getting 18, bro. Don't even try that.
you know, Neil's come up with a suggestion. Maybe we write for this one players we've actually seen. We write down, and then come in the next Talkin Ish. We can actually, so we'll have a bit of time to think about the players we've actually seen play.
We can do that one on the next show. I'm thinking more just players you've seen on. I think he's more implying that.
In goal. Oh my days!
I'm saying for my
all right, so
for my lifetime person, it's got to be Neuer.
Exactly.
bruv, it's got to be Buffon, innit? Buffon's probably the one guy that across generations he fits into one of any of my teams.
Yeah, for me it was Buffon.
But up there,
Left
there's
back
Oliver
is-
Kahn's up there. There's a few, man.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Oliver Kahn.
Oliver
Yeah.
Kahn, Dida,
Oliver Kahn, Van der Sar.
Van der Sar, yeah.
He was a bad boy in his
No.
Ajax days, long before he came to United.
I'm gonna go Dida. He won the
Casillas
World Cup.
Casillas
He
as
won
well was really good.
Champions League. I'm gonna go Dida.
Yeah. So
Dida was
Rush,
a bit of a maverick, you know. He was a bit of a madman.
yeah,
was
but that's
crazy.
what you want goalkeepers to do, though. Aye, that's disrespectful.
Less of that vibes.
That's a good comment.
Right.
So right back. Well, I was going to go left back first because it's got to be
sorry.
Roberto Carlos. It's got to be.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Ooh,
Wait, Maldini.
I'm good. Yeah.
Or Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole every day of the week.
Listen, prime Ashley Cole in his prime was actually probably the best left back, you know.
I'll tell you what. Do you know what? The next episode we'll go back over these
Yeah,
11. So
as
I'll
well.
give y'all some time to pick it out. Yeah.
There's about
really
3 or
good
4
fitness.
left backs that stand out for me. So
Yeah.
I think it's
But-
simpler for me because like I haven't watched football that much. I've watched from 2012 or something like that. So
Yeah,
I'll tell you
Okay.
what though, Hamza, the beautiful thing about this day and age, bro, is that you, at the click of a button, can go watch all the highlights of all the players.
Yeah, you get to go back and watch all
So
these players
that's kind of
from
awesome.
when we were young. But Rich, George, we're going to do an all-time Palace 11 from our lifetimes as well to put us on the spot because
Well,
that'll
to be
really.
fair- To be
just
fair,
some
school
breaking news.
finishes tomorrow, so
Breaking news for you.
1 second, Hamza. 1 second, Rich. Say that again, please.
No, just saying, last day of school's tomorrow, so
Yeah, because I think it'd be interesting for the three of us to throw our personal lifetime Palace 11s out there because. You know, well, obviously, granted, George's younger than us, so he'll probably get a lot of players we're familiar with. But me and you would have seen some of the older boys.
yeah.
You know, although for the record, Neil Shipley is not in my lifetime 11. Just putting it out there, big man thing, not included, disqualified.
Neil Shipley.
Go on,
Oh,
Hamza, sorry, you were saying?
Breaking news for United fans: McKenna has just left to Ipswich. So another coach gone, one left.
I heard that about midday today.
No, it's official now.
Nippon's Wi-Fi.
the different reports.
Hamza's Wi-Fi is on the circle line.
No. This is
The next station
this
is Edgware
official.
Road.
Official.
Oh my god, brilliant!
It's been made official. Okay, cool. Thanks, Hamza. It's been made
You're
official.
welcome.
So yeah, that was the Southampton match reaction. This has been Talkin Ish. This has been so much fun. Anything else anybody want to talk before we sign off?
So just to clarify, we're going to actually write down our 11s and bring it back next time.
Yeah, for
Alright.
Talkin Ish episode 3, everybody can come back in and give their all-time and give their lifetime 11s. So it's got to be from within the time that you were alive. It can't be all time like Pele and them. And it has to be players that were alive when you were alive.
Wait, hold up. What is this?
Yeah. It's really interesting, bro. Because I've done this before with a few of my friends, and the way I've done it, I've had to try and break it down into 10-year blocks. So from like 95 to 05, and then 05 to 15.
Nah, that's cheating, brush. What? Nah. Less of that, mate. You ain't getting away with that one, brother.
Bro, it's too difficult otherwise. It's mad.
I have a squad ready. I think. I think.
Okay, but Hamza, none of us have got a squad ready, so no cheating. Everybody has to be ready for this.
We'll go to the next Talkin Ish episode.
Yeah, to be fair, I could probably just do a quick 11 now if you wanted, but yeah, I don't mind if you want to plan it out.
No, Brush. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I'd rather everybody go away and think about it.
Yeah.
Because then that way everybody's got a clear picture of what team they would play. Do you get me?
That's true.
If you just throw a team out there, you might go, oh fuck, I didn't think about this left back.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Cole, and then I picked Maldini, or I picked Shevchenko, and I could have picked Crespo. I could have picked Drogba. I could have picked Henry or Ian Wright. Do you get me?
Yeah, it's mad, bro. It's mad. Like with the left backs that I was thinking of, I wouldn't have even put Ashley Cole in there.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Just because of the timeline. Because the ones I'm thinking of when I was a kid, it's different.
Yeah, 100%. But that's the great thing of it. There's so many players you can choose from that you're literally going, how the fuck do you pick a team, bro?
Yeah, and then when you get the names down, you're like, does this team work?
Yeah, because like you can do it for your club as well. Is it cohesive,
or have I just created like a mid 2000s Real Madrid kind of
Galacticos? Yeah. Yes. He's world class. Just put him in a team with Beckham. They can't play together. It don't matter. We're spending loads of fucking money. It's guaranteed to work.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And you know what the mad thing about that Real Madrid team was? Like, Vincent Del Bosque won 2 out of 3 Champions League titles, and then they sacked him, and then they got rid of Makelele, who was the linchpin, and they just mashed up everything by just bringing in superstars.
Brush. These men spent legal tender on Jonathan Woodgate and Michael Owen. I know that Michael Owen around that time was on smoke.
That Jonathan Woodgate debut for Real Madrid.
Thomas Graverson.
Graverson. Yeah, that was mad.
Julian Faubert.
Royston Drenthe.
Agent needs a knighthood, you know. Honestly, someone needs to honor his agent. He couldn't get into the first team at West Ham. I want a loan move to Real Madrid.
And then, of course, there's the one and only, the man who pissed off an entire fan base of North London. Adebayor. I'm not singing the rest because I'm not getting cancelled no more. Forget that shit. But, bruv, only Adebayor could piss off both Arsenal and Tottenham. It's like, that takes skill.
Well, there was someone that set the blueprint for him, but the other way around.
Yeah, no, but listen, like, if you're so Campbell and you're voting Tory, you've already lost the fight across London, bro. Nobody likes you doing that, bro.
Honestly, at the time he made that move, that was so mad.
That was jokes, because where I grew up, it was all Arsenal fans around me. They were like, oh my God, we've signed someone. I was like,
all the top clubs in Europe wanted him as well, and they were willing to pay him whatever he wanted, and he chose to go to their biggest rivals.
Well, you got, like, to be fair, he had Premier League titles to his name to back it up. So it's like, well, listen, I went across the divide and won league titles. I've won more league titles than Tottenham have since 1961. So
I think what made it worse
vindicated in his choice.
I think what made it worse as well was that as this contract was running down, he came
said,
out
I'm staying.
He said he won't go there. And he said he won't go there as well. It was like with Alan Smith when he came to us.
Oh
Leeds,
he won't go to us.
And then he did. It's all mad.
Well, it's like Glenn Murray, bro.
Yeah, the other lot who we won't mention.
Yeah. Listen, that was the funniest thing ever. Oh, it doesn't matter. Craig McHale-Smith's better. Who? Oh, is that brother from Simply Red, bro?
Now, isn't he? I saw him on telly the other day.
Yeah, he's doing punditry, but it was the funniest thing because they were like, "No, Craig McHale-Smith's better." Is that the guy from Simply Red? Is he playing football now? Holy shit! Mick Hucknall's become a footballer. Lock up your wives and daughters. Get them out of the stadium. Nah, Craig McHale-Smith was just a dry footballer, you know.
No, this is it. Out of curiosity, and like, just very quickly, I know you guys want to wrap up. Who is your all-time favorite player?
Ronaldinho.
Club or overall?
Just overall.
Oh, fuck. If you'd have said club, this would have been easier for me to pick.
Ronaldinho, by far.
R9 for me.
Yeah, I was going to say
R9. R9, definitely.
Yeah, because the first World Cup that I properly remember was 98.
Yeah, France.
Already at the time, he was at the peak of his powers, and the guy was, 21? It's mad.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Iniesta. Personally.
I mean, this
Yeah,
is
he-
one of those, George, where there's no wrong answer really in it. Whoever's
Nah.
playing is going to be absolute all.
Oh, Everton
Yeah.
scored. It's 1-1.
Wait,
Ham-
since when did we
Hamza
sign Alan McAnally? Lads, when did we sign Alan McAnally from Sky Sports?
Hamza with the live updates. You know?
Yeah.
Hamza, is your all-time favorite Mido?
What?
Oh, guys! By the way, you know there's only one proper way to sign off this stream, innit? By singing the Hamza chant.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. Go on, give us,
No, you
give us a
got to
rendition.
do the rendition, mate.
What?
Are you lot not going to join me for it?
No,
I
we
don't
need
know
to
the
hear it.
We don't know how it goes.
Oh, when Hamza, when Hamza does a stream, he better watch out for those slippers as his dad comes marching in. You can use that as your intro if you like, Hamza. Free of
No, I
charge.
don't like it.
That is decent. I'll copyright it.
I don't like it.
personally.
Yo.
Wait, Hamza surely Brush is now top of the list. He actually made a song.
I think that's what he's doing now.
No, he's already on the list. No, hold on.
No, but surely he's gone to the top. He made a song.
You just reminded me. You Spurs community, whoever you are, you made the list.
What are you gonna talk about? Yo, this guy's image and his name is really annoying me. Nah, man.
Alright, do you know what it is, yeah?
I thought
I
that
swear to God.
Mark Goldberg or something, like a huge
So-
fan of me trying to
Rich,
I don't know.
it feels like somebody's trying to move like a certain man from AFTV, bruv. I'm getting serious damn man settings. You know them ones there?
Brush, can we have another rendition whilst we sign off?
Nah. We'll just leave that there. You can clip it and play it back later.
I was going to join you.
Harmonize with it.
Oh, we're doing duet settings, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, come then. Oh, when Hamza, when Hamza does a stream, he better watch out for those slippers as his dad comes marching in.
Hamza.
We love you, Hamza. We do.
We do.
Oh, Hamza, we love you.
All right, and I think that wraps up this stream perfectly. So this is Eagle-Eyed Football.
Do a Sue.
Hamza, give us a sue. Hamza, give us a sue. Hamza, give us a sue. Hamza, give us a sue.
Hold up.
Sue in a minute. He's gonna sue in a minute. Sue in a minute.
Who wear this captain's armband jump in Real Madrid? Who was it?
MacArthur. He owes Saka an apology.
Oh,
Scott
you ruined
McTominay.
it now. He ruined it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Sue. No.
Oh, Hamza, I'm sorry.
He's bottled it. He's bottled it. He's bottled it. He's bottled it.
We do miss your Sues, though, Hamza.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
dying for it.
Tomorrow.
Incoming slipper. Oh shit.
Anyway, this is Eagle-Eyed Football. You know, like, share, subscribe. Shout out to all the people that jumped in the stream. It's always good.
Big up to Hanif. Big up Brush. Big up Hamza. Big up the Palace Smurf.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Big up my other two hosts. Shout out Nate. Shout out Rich.
And watch out for them slippers, people, because they're moving quick. Oh shit!
And as always, up the Palace.
Up the Palace.